What's up everyone, it's DA here. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you are doing fantastic. So you're looking for a good and reliable build. Maybe you're new to the game, maybe you're casual, even if you're a major vet, you don't want to go your DPS route or your tank route. Maybe you're looking for something chill, something comfortable without a lot of sacrifices. Well, that is why skill builds are going to be the best ways to go. But not just any skill builds. You need a skill build that puts the struggles of the average player into consideration. And that is what this video is all about. This setup right here does its best by giving you capable companions. It also gives you the opportunity to learn with little sacrifices from your mistakes. So to make this, you don't need anything fancy. You don't need exotics. You don't need blue pieces. You need regular items that you can easily get in the open world. You need 3 Hana U pieces, 2 Walker Harris, and 1 Wyvern piece. And as far as talents go, we will be using InSync, Combined Arms, and Spark. So first, let's break down our talent synergies. Because this build combines both weapon and skill damage, InSync is the best talent in the game to go for. Hitting enemies with your weapon grants you 15% bonus skill damage, and hitting enemies with your skills will grant you 15% bonus weapon damage. But if both of those buffs are active at the same time, the bonus doubles. This means you will be getting a bonus of 30% weapon damage and 30% skill damage. That is really good and that is really powerful, and that is one of the reasons why we're using it right there. Next, we have Spark. Every time you damage enemies with your skill, you get an increase of 15% in total weapon damage. And because we're going to be running a lot of skill attributes, getting some weapon damage back from any source is actually one of those things that you want to be looking for. Finally, we have Perfect Combined Arms. Shooting an enemy increases skill damage by 30%, and that is also amazing, but we're not done yet. Because the selection of brands that we have here is what actually also amplifies what we're using. It increases how powerful this build is. I decided to use Walker Harris because 2 pieces of Walker Harris will give you 5% weapon damage and 5% damage to armor. That is going to be really important whenever you're going against enemies in high difficulty. And if you combine that with the damage to armor that you have on any of your other weapons, you will be looking at 11% total damage to armor. That is just amazing. And you're also going to be getting some weapon damage as well. With Hana U, 3 pieces will give you skill haste, skill damage, and also another weapon damage. Remember, whenever you run skill core attributes instead of weapon damage, you lose out on 15% weapon damage per slot. This means we're sacrificing at least 60% weapon damage. But we also don't want to make a skill builds where weapons are extremely weak or borderline useless. So we needed to look for ways to get some of that weapon damage back and balance things out. That is why Spark, InSync, Combined Arms, and the careful selection of these brand pieces are so crucial to this build because it lets us kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Now combine it all and we have a total of around 55% bonus weapon damage, which is really close to that 60% weapon damage that we lost. We also have a bonus of 60% skill damage, which is just amazing for a skill build. In mod slots, I decided to have some crit mods and of course some skill damage mods to boost up some of the skill and weapon damage. Now if you feel like you needed a little bit more survivability, maybe you're still trying to figure your way around things, well, you can replace the turret that we have in the skill slot and replace that turret with a revive hive. And you can also switch out your specialization to gunner for the armor on kills. Right now we're using technician for the extra skill tier, but I'm just gonna be honest with you, losing that extra skill tier isn't going to hurt, so you can swap that out. But this right here will get the job done in any activity that you want. And if you don't like the SMG, feel free, go ahead and swap it out. Use a rifle, use an AR, just make sure that you have InSync talent on them, and it will also be great if you have damage to armor on it as well. This is one of those builds that is quite reliable and also really fun to use. It also draws away a lot of aggro, which is very important, especially for new or solo players. That's just amazing to do. I enjoy this build and I think you're going to love it as well. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Hope you find this useful. I'll see you in the next one. It's 80 you now if you whip it, put your hands on the fly, lady, set a front, go ahead.